All right, living room sock baseball. First game of a series of games adapted for the living room. It's baseball with one base. It can be played with as little as 2 players. And the setup for the game, a nice large area rug would work nicely, but you could run around a chair or basically anything. You're also going to use a pair of socks or anything soft that you can use to throw around the room. If you do have anything breakable around the room, you might want to remove it and add a rule like if you do end up hitting something, that's an automatic loss of 5 points. I'm going to go over 3 builds for this game, the first of which doesn't have any outs. The last 2 have 2 different ways to get people out. The game starts with the blue player throwing the ball. And once they've thrown the ball, they're going to try and make their way around the carpet as many times as possible before the red player brings the ball back to the center. So blue made it around twice, so 2 points for blue. And now it is the red player's turn. Red player is going to throw the ball, and blue's going to try and retrieve it. Red's going to make her way around the carpet as many times as possible before blue brings the ball back, and she makes it around 4 times before blue brings the ball back to center. So red gets 4 points for that. Okay, we're going to add in how to get people out. So if you want to make the game a little bit more difficult, we can now get people out. Blue starts with the ball and is going to throw it. And as blue makes his way around the carpet and red is retrieving it, blue has to make his way home before red gets to the center. So because blue did not make his way home, he gets no points for that run, even though he did make his way around once. Because he did not get home before red got the ball into center, that would be an out and no points for blue. A different way to do this is allow the player to keep the 1 point from the one run that they made. Or if you want to make it difficult, you can say that it's all or none. So next, we're adding in how to get people out by tagging them. So red is going to throw the ball. And once she throws the ball, she's going to make her way around the carpet. She goes around twice. She's going to continue to run. And blue's decided to try and get her out by throwing the ball at her before she makes it home. And blue is successful and tags the player. So red is out. Red got tagged with the socks. Now remember, headshots are freebies. So if the runner does get hit in the head, we'll say that doesn't count. And you can even say that if people get hit in the head, that you can add an extra point to kind of keep the incentive down, or make sure that your at-home students are aiming for shoulders and below. So some variations that we can think and concepts that we can look over. You can change the form of locomotion. So to make it a little bit more difficult than just running, you could add in bear crawls or duck walks or inchworms, walking lunge, speed walking. You can change it up each inning if you'd like. You can do 360-degree baseball. So you don't have to throw the socks forward. You can throw them anywhere in the house. You can have, if you have more than 2 players, you can add in a second base or a safe or rest spot. If your players are varied in ability, you might have a high school student and an elementary school student at home. Just have the form of locomotion for the high school student be a little bit more difficult. So maybe high school students doing bear crawls while the elementary school student is allowed to run. Some strategies and concepts you can discuss. So in the no outs build, where is the best place to throw the ball? We always want to throw the ball away from the fielders to give ourselves more time to get more runs in. Without, you can ask your students, what is better, get home safely and earn the guaranteed points, or risk it and try and get home one more time? So it depends on how much time you have and your ability. And lastly, withouts, or when you're adding and tagging, one concept to think of is, what is a safer out? Trying to throw the ball at a player and maybe missing, or you can discuss the implications of overthrows, or running to the player and tagging them. So that's really going to depend on how accurate your throw is. If my throw is accurate, I can tag them quicker than running to them. However, if my throw isn't accurate, then it might be better for me to run over to them. I hope that this has given you some inspiration and given you a game to play in your living room, and check back in for more.